Okay, so good morning, everybody. It's really good to be with you again and on our RRCC TV YouTube channel. And I'm delighted to say that we can see Mollie, and Mollie's going to share an encouragement for us at this time on this Friday morning. So, Mollie, we're going to leave it over to you. Bless you.
Thank you. Well, a few thoughts, everybody, from Psalm 46. There are three strands here. Bear with me. They may not seem related initially, but eventually they plait together. First of all, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. And the Hebrew adds to those words, an abundantly available help in time of trouble. Our nation, and in fact the whole world, is in trouble right now. But God is not only abundantly available, but he wants to help. He's longing to help us. I am not alone in saying that God is using this time and even has allowed it for a period only, so that all of us, the universal church, as well as those who don't yet know him, may stop and listen to him. God is knocking at the door of the world. God is knocking at the door of the church. He is knocking at the door of our hearts and lives. This psalm talks as well about a river whose streams shall make glad the city of God. Now, I was brought up in the Staffordshire moorlands, which is where the River Trent has its source. At its source, in a field on Biddulph Moor, it is clean and sparkling, and it gurgles up from the ground. But as it takes its journey through England to the North Sea, it takes on other little streams and brooks that are added to it, dust and rubbish, and it becomes weed infested. It's still water, it's still moving, it's still a river, but it's lost a lot of its life-giving quality. Still later in the psalm are the very well-known words, be still and know that I am God. God is knocking at the door of our hearts and lives. He's calling us to take time to be still, to be alone with him, to listen, to be forgiven, refreshed, renewed, revived, restored, revitalized, really ready to go out again, new and fresh and clean as the source. We must seek his face afresh. He wants us to know afresh and in reality the enormity, the overwhelming waves of his forgiveness, of his grace, and of his love. As a church, we are privileged to have this online fellowship. It's great, but never let any one of us make it a substitute for that time alone with him. Let's take more time than we usually do to listen, to be renewed and refreshed. As we do, that river will become clean and sparkling and filled with life again, so that we have something real to share with others. Jesus followed that pattern regularly. He went away from others, away from his teaching, away from his ministry of healing, away even from his disciples. to be alone with his Father. He said, I can do nothing except my Father, except what I see my Father do, except what my Father says. If he needed it, how much more do we? Don't let any one of us miss this opportunity for time alone with him, as well as time to reflect and enjoy one another. Be still and know that I am God. To know, from Ephesians, the love of Christ, which passes knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. Be blessed, every one of you. Lots of love to you all. Amen.
Dear Mollie, thank you so much for your time. And we really appreciate that. And I really, great to declare over our church this to be a time of God's renewal and God's refreshment. And praise God for what you've brought to us this morning. We're so grateful to you. And it's great and wonderful to see you. And everyone, I'm sure, is wonderful, thanking God that we can see you. But whether we were seeing you or hearing you, it wouldn't matter. We want to hear your voice and see your face. More to come in the days and months ahead. So thank you, Mollie, for sharing. Praise
Amen.
God. Amen.
Bless God.